Very unique. You order today, carry out tonight. That's our version of carry out.
All right, I'll take one of everything.
Oh, that may take a little longer. We'll have it for you tomorrow night.
I'll be back tomorrow to pick it up.
We'll be waiting for you.
Hello and welcome to Game Day. My name is Keith Myers. I'm the Vice President of IndianaSRN. We're glad that you joined us today. If you'd like to see more content just like tonight, just hit the donate button. Every dollar that you donate will go right back into more games right here on IndianaSRN, which means more games for you. It's IndianaSRN, where you always have a front row seat.
Hey, Indiana. Let's clear the air about vaping. Glue, rat poison, paint. We all know these products contain poisons like formaldehyde, arsenic, and lead. And these are just a few of the chemicals you'll find in e-cigarette vapor. Let's clear the air, Indiana. Don't puff this stuff. Visit don'tpuffthisstuff.com to join the fight and spread the word.
We encourage you to follow us on Twitter at IndianaSRN. Find upcoming games, video highlights, and much more. Follow us now at IndianaSRN.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to IndianaSRN. Tonight, we're proud to bring you exciting high school boys basketball action. This evening, we're live from West 21st Street in Indianapolis, Indiana for an Indiana Crossroads Conference clash as the Covenant Christian Warriors host the Indy Lutheran Saints. Tonight's matchup is sponsored by Reynolds Farm Equipment. Reynolds Farm Equipment is a leading equipment dealer since 1955. Passion to care, delivering care with more than 24 years of experience. Boilermaker Local 374. Boilermakers Local 374 represents highly skilled, highly motivated workers in field construction and metal fabrication throughout the state of Indiana. Wheeler Mission. For over 131 years, Wheeler Mission has been a pillar in the Indianapolis community. Bertner Electric, your trusted electrician partner since 1986. The Morales Group, we're in business to create a better future for you and your family. Piper Logistics, your trusted logistics partners since 1994. Aspen Creek Grill, why go anywhere else? Large selection of food made from scratch and fairly priced. Highway Safety Services. Highway Safety Services Incorporated provided traffic control and pavement markings in Indiana for the past 60 years. And the IndianaSRN Sports Page. Follow the sports page every day with update news from coast to coast. Log on to IndianaSRN.org and click on our tab. Well, alongside our all-star cast of producer Ben Wood, cameraman Jack Ryan, and my partner Chris Schumert, this is Clark Chafin. And Chris, we only have 2 weeks left to play here in the regular season. Both of these teams look to capture some momentum as they head into postseason play.
Yeah, Covenant's still very much alive in the Indiana Crossroads Conference, so they've got alternative motives to take this game very seriously. A win would get them one step closer to potentially winning the conference. They're currently in second place at the moment.
Yeah, you look at Indiana Crossroads Conference standings. Covenant like you said, is in second place at 4-1, just behind Ritter, and still a preseason goal of conference championship. Meanwhile, Lutheran is currently in seventh place, but looks to play that spoiler role. Chris, is there, we just said, if 2 weeks left in the season, or is there anything else as a coach that you can learn in those 2 weeks from your team, or what are you looking for to improve as the season draws to a close?
Yeah, mostly you've probably learned what you need to learn, but there's always fine-tuning to be done, and, these teams are not that far off from sectionals, so you're just trying to get your team to the absolute best spot that they can be in heading into the postseason.
Well, it should be a fun game here on the campus of Covenant Christian. We'll step aside and take a short break, and we'll come back. We'll introduce you to some of the important players, and as well as get Chris's keys to the game. It's Covenant Christian and Indy Lutheran. It's only on IndianaSRN, where you always have a front row seat.
Hello and welcome to Game Day. My name is Keith Myers. I'm the Vice President of IndianaSRN. We're glad that you joined us today. If you'd like to see more content just like tonight, just hit the donate button. Every dollar that you donate will go right back into more games right here on IndianaSRN. This means more games for you. It's IndianaSRN, where you always have a front row seat.
Looking to elevate your brand? Choose Dynamark, your local one-stop shop for all your print, signs, promo products, apparel, and mailing services. Serving Indianapolis for over 50 years. Dynamark, where strong relationships are built through exceptional service.
We're not here to just sell you another piece of software. We're here to helping you procure the licensing, manage and monitor those licenses over time.
Collaboration is very key when working with our clients. We are very much a partnering organization. We definitely work as a team to deliver solutions for our customers.
We're here to build relationships with customers, which is unique.
Hi, I'm Grayson, and our parents work in road construction. Every day they head out to make our roads safer and better for you. But did you know work zone deaths have increased 63% since 2010?
Wow, that's a lot. Please slow down and pay attention when you see all those orange signs. When you do, you're helping to keep our parents and everyone who works on the roads safe. Thanks for looking out for us.
This message is brought to you by your friends at Highway Safety Services. Stay safe, stay alert.
Welcome back to IndianaSRN for tonight's matchup between Covenant Christian and Indy Lutheran. It's Teacher Appreciation Night for the Warriors as the players are able to honor someone important in their lives from the education world. And speaking of that, IHSAA, tonight's broadcast is a copyright production of IndianaSRN and the Indiana High School Athletic Association. Any use of audio or video without the express written permission of IndianaSRN and the IHSAA is strictly prohibited. Chris, let's take a look at these two teams, and first we'll start with the home squad, Covenant Christian. The Warriors are led by Coach Scott Flatt. It's his 20th season. He's got 4 sectional championships, including their last one from 2021. On the season, the Warriors are 12-6. They've lost 2 in a row, though. Offensively, they're averaging 67 points per game. Defensively, they give up only 56. 4 players in double figures. What's your thoughts on Covenant Christian as we get into tonight's game?
Well, I was fortunate a couple weeks ago to get a good look at them against Purdue Poly. They lost that night. It was a really close contest in the city tournament. I was impressed with Mark Crane, who's the point guard, the way he kind of controls the game. He doesn't jump off the stat sheet necessarily, but he can make a 3, and he's going to pick up some assists throughout the game. And I just thought, he just does a lot of things that don't necessarily show up on the stat sheet. But he's going to be anchored in terms of some of the scoring by Bryce Harris, who averages about 12 a game, by Isaac Crane, who's a cousin of Mark's. He averages about 13, and by Kason Suits, who averages about 12.
Yeah, to round out their 4 players in double figures, add Parker Williams to the list. He's a 5'8 junior that collects about 11 points per game for Coach Flatt's squad. Chris, what are keys you think tonight for Covenant Christian in this conference matchup?
Well, I think they need to not turn the ball over, and they'll be in good shape. So they're a pretty disciplined team. So I think, from the other side, you got to do something to disrupt them. But for Covenant, just, run their system, and they'll be in good shape.
Yeah, it seemed to be a very deep team. They seem to have a team that has some veterans in terms of experience with a lot of juniors and seniors coming into play. And certainly Coach Flatt will provide the opposing team with a lot of different mixes and coverages, both on offense and defense. Now let's take a look at the Indianapolis Lutheran Saints. Coach Remus Woods is in his 6th year, but only a year or two removed from their state championship in Class 1A from 2023. This year it's been kind of tough for Coach Woods. They're 3-13, and they've lost 7 in a row. And to top that, they are on their 3rd road game in a row as well. Offensively, the Saints are averaging 43 points per contest. Defensively, they give up 54 points a game. Caden Loescher is a 6'3 senior that leads the way for them offensively at 9 points per game. Rayshawn McHaney is a 6'8 senior who gets 7 points and 7 rebounds. Really a big guy that they can use for a mismatch in any opportunity there. And then I thought Jarrett Harris kind of stuck out to me, a 6'5 freshman, averages 5 points a game, but getting him freshman that valuable experience, very important for Coach Woods and for the future of his program. What are your thoughts and keys, Chris, for Indy Lutheran?
Well, I hinted at it already, but I think Lutheran, in order to compete in this game, they're going to need to disrupt Covenant, and they're going to have to do that defensively with some sort of aggression. They're going to have to turn Covenant over. They're going to have to have some fast break opportunities. Obviously, it hurts to not be playing with LJ Ward. I've seen Ward compete in both basketball and football, and he's a difference maker. So that's a big loss for them. But anytime you have a coach who's won a state championship as recent as Remus Woods has, you never want to count them out. I'm sure they'll come in with a good plan.
Yeah, you look at the tail of the tape. From a field goal percentage standpoint, Covenant shoots it at a 45% to Lutheran's 34%. From the three-point line, Covenant shoots about 31% to Lutheran's 24%. Free throw line, Covenant's at 68%, Lutheran at 57%. And both teams handle the ball pretty well. Only average 12 turnovers for Covenant a game as opposed to Lutheran is 10. The series standings, Indy Lutheran leads the standings 6-5. In last year's game, the Saints won 87-54. So it should be, hopefully get off to a good start. I think for the Saints, not a very deep team, and they want to use that start to maybe get some momentum and keep the ball rolling for them. We'll take another timeout. When we come back, we'll get you ready for tonight's action. We'll introduce you to the starters for the game and get you set for opening tip. It's Covenant Christian and Indy Lutheran, and it's only on IndianaSRN, where you always have a front row seat.
Aspen Creek Grill, we are a from-scratch concept with comfort fresh food. You can expect a world-class experience. We've got incredible specials, great service. Everything that we do here is made from scratch. We hand-cut all our steaks in-house. Bring your family. Come have some great food.
They say nice guys don't finish first. So maybe it's time to reconsider what it means to be first.
It's about being your best, but knowing you can be even better.
It's being present, but respectful of history.
It's donating something more valuable than money.
It's believing in yourself and something bigger.
It's coming from different families, but treating each other like brothers.
It's not just being a man, it's being a Mason.
Welcome back to Adam Smith Court. Look at those shoes for those Covenant Christian Warriors, Chris. Is that part of your wardrobe collection?
When I was in high school, it actually was. I remember I had a pair of shoes quite a bit like that. They were black and, kind of a bright yellow, light green.
Yeah,
I'm digging them.
They could turn off the lights and still get some shots up, I think.
Well, maybe that's what the plan is. You know, you gotta be able to find your teammate if the gym isn't well lit.
Shoot the lights out. Yeah, so it's been a great night here for Covenant Christian, honoring educators and past teachers in their lives. And then halftime, it'll be a special night as well, as we'll bring you their ceremony. It's honoring the Boys State Soccer Championship this past November. Covenant Christian defeated Greenwood Christian by a score of 4-0. And it was after 3 runner-up finishes, they were able to capture the state crown. And so the honor at halftime, those soccer players, and how about this as well, Covenant Christian's Zachary Johnson was named the Cato Mental Attitude Award recipient. So congratulations, and we'll get some recognition for those guys. Covenant had a record of boys soccer of 19-1-1. Chris, you said they lost and tied to who?
They tied Park Tudor and they lost to Cathedral. Certainly Cathedral is a bigger school than Covenant Christian. I know Park Tudor is maybe more in their range.
And it was a loss on penalty kicks, was that right? Was it a close one?
Correct, with Cathedral. So and I've actually, it's been a few years, but I've officiated Covenant Christian boys soccer and just always been really impressed. Very organized units.
Well, we're excited to bring you that halftime show tonight, so don't go away. Get your popcorn ready. We're getting set for tip-off here between the Covenant Christian Warriors and the Lutheran Saints, and it's on IndianaSRN, where you always have a front row seat.
We encourage you to subscribe to our YouTube channel, IndianaSRN. Hit the bell to get notifications for upcoming games and more. Watch as many games as you want, as many times as you want.
At Morales Group Staffing, we are all about building better futures. And during these times, we are working hard to put people to work. We are now hiring for hundreds of jobs with pay up to $17 an hour. Visit our website at moralesgroup.net or text JOBS, JOBS, to 317-472-7600 to apply now and get hired today.
From warehousing to transportation and everything in between, Piper Logistics does it all. Centrally located, Piper Logistics has 2 warehouses in Indianapolis and a warehouse in Cincinnati, Ohio. Piper Logistics houses over 1 million square feet. Along with our transportation department, we can provide service to half the United States markets.
We encourage you to follow us on Twitter at IndianaSRN. Find upcoming games, video highlights, and much more. Follow us now at IndianaSRN.
At first, me and my mom were struggling. I was trying to pay the bills and trying to take care of my mom at the same time. When I first heard that I can get paid for taking care of my mom, I was kind of skeptical because I had been doing it for so many years without pay. That's when I reached out to Passion to Care. I read all the reviews and I saw that they were #1 in the field. Passion to Care has really, really changed my life. Right now, I take care of my mom 24/7 thanks to Passion to Care.
Number 13, Reese Cooler. Number 21, Rachel McLean. And now, let's get on your feet and let's hear it for your Warriors. Starting to go forward, the 6'1" senior, number 4, Joe Midland. Starting Starting guard, 5'9" junior, number 1, Parker Williams. Starting forward, 6'1" junior, number 23, Isaac Crane. Starting guard, 6'1" senior, number 22, Mark Crane. And rounding out the starting lineups for tonight is the guard, 6'1" senior, number 2, Bryce Harris.
And there you have our starting lineups for tonight's matchup. The Saints will go with J.T. Anderson, Caden Loescher, T.J. Clark, Reese Kumler, and Rayshawn McCaney. And for the Warriors of Covenant Christian, they'll start off with Parker Williams, Bryce Harris, Joe Midla, Mark Crane, and Isaac Crane. Chris, the law offices of Crane and Crane will be at it tonight. Big size difference you see there in the jump circle from Rayshawn McCaney. Be something to look at tonight to see if Indy Lutheran can use that to their advantage. If it's not even from a post feed and offensive possession, McCaney looked for him to crash the offensive rebound. As there's the tip. We're underway, and Covenant gets the opening tip in their home whites. And the Saints start in man-to-man half court. Williams with it. Over to Harris. They reverse the basketball on the perimeter. Mark Crane over to Harris. Excellent patience here by the Warriors. Drive cut off nicely. Isaac Crane, a little lob. Mark goes up, little off balance, and is able to make it. Mark Crane with the first two.
Point guard showing a little footwork inside there.
Nice post-entry pass, too, right over the defender. As they come with a little run and jump trap pressure. Three on the way, and the corner is short. Rebounded by Isaac Crane. Here come the Warriors. Up ahead, Williams just a little too high. Couldn't come down with it. It'll be a turnover.
Yeah, interesting. Looks like we're going to get a man-to-man press. It's not a trapping press, at least not at first.
T.J. Clark, and here comes the little run and jump, as Chris pointed out. And the Saints break the pressure, and now they have it on their end. Covenant right now in a man-to-man. Do some switching as well, some guard-to-guard switching. Clark put up the shot, and it's good. T.J. Clark for three.
He's going to be a guy to watch. He's a really good athlete, and he's going to have to pick up some of the absence of Ward.
Isaac Crane tries and can't get it to fall, and J.T. Anderson on the other end, and the Saints are up 5-2. Mark Crane over to Isaac. Back up top to Mark. Three on the way from Bryce Harris. Rim's no good. Midla with the rebound, and it drops. Joe Midla with the offensive putback.
Midla's been pretty active so far on the offensive end. Gets that offensive rebound, but he's been setting a lot of screens.
Clark for three. Front rim, no. And there's a foul by McCaney.
Harris got hit pretty good. He's taking a moment before he gets up.
I think anybody would be taking a moment after running into McCaney there. 6'8", 260. Probably not going to be moved by many people. Called for the foul. That's his first, team foul number 1. And Parker Williams will bring it across the timeline.
You watch Midla there. He's setting a flare screen, and then he goes into a ball screen.
Nice job by Parker Williams to stop that transition for the Saints. And the Warriors quickly the other way. Midla will get it and score. Joe Midla cleans it up. He's got 2 baskets and 4 points. And Covenant Christian back on top 6-5. Here comes the pressure. McCaney will bring it across the timeline. It's stolen away. Mark Crane, shot is short. Isaac battle for the rebound, and that'll belong to Indy Lutheran on the possession change. Fast pace here, Chris, going up and down here early in the first quarter.
Yeah, we've seen some slow offensive possessions, but again, I think that quicker pace is probably advantaged Lutheran. That's probably what they need this game to be, and they need to get Covenant out of rhythm a little bit.
Loescher has the ball. He's going to throw it ahead in the corner. Kumler drives, but he's cut off. McCaney at the top. He's pretty comfortable, though, out in the perimeter and handling that ball. McCaney drives down the lane, shots up, no good. Mark Crane with the rebound. McCaney gets it back, powers it up, in and out. And it's going to go out of McCaney, and it'll go to Covenant Christian as subs check in. Jarrett Harris, the 6'5 freshman, and also number 4, Jackson Stanford.
I'm impressed with McCaney's athleticism so far. He's more than a big body on the floor. He can do some things.
Mark Crane up at the top. They work it around the perimeter. Williams thought about the 3, drives, no one picks him up. He gets all the way to the hole and scores. Nice move by Parker Williams, and here comes the press. Right idea, but some miscommunication there as Loescher's pass goes out of bounds, and it's a turnover.
Loescher is one of those guys who played on that team that won the state championship, so I would think that they would depend on him for some leadership.
Bryce Harris with a nice back cut and a good find by Williams, and they've doubled the score at 10-5. Working around the perimeter. They get it inside to the freshman Harris. Spin move, can't get it to go. Parker Williams with the rebound and on the attack. Midla down the lane, left hand finish is good, and a timeout by Lutheran. It's a full timeout. We'll take it with them. Covenant on top, 12-5.
Big play here for Mount Vernon. Ertl looking right, now over the middle, fires, and it's in there for a touchdown. What a throw.
Boy, what a stick, huh?
Side out, back to the middle, and guess what? You want a point on the other side, you go to Taylor Lewis.
Here's Freeman. Has an opening shot. Score!
Stafford around a screen. Skip pass. Mays with 3. Mays drive. Floater up and in at the horn.
Hand off, and nice hole over the near side. 40, 35, 30. Block to the outside. 20, 15, 10, 5, and touchdown. And that's a big one right there. And finally, somebody gets on the board.
Reynolds Farm Equipment is the leading equipment dealer serving farmers, homeowners, landscapers, and commercial contractors throughout Indiana. Nothing runs like a deer. Call today at 317-849-0810. The pressure gets to McCaney as he loses the dribble. Stolen away in the quick transition. Here comes the Warriors. Crane drives and it gives off to Isaac Crane, and he gets on the board. It's a 12-0 Covenant Christian run as TJ Clark gets it over. Stopped on the drive with Stanford. They'll reset. Here comes the double from McCaney. And it's out of bounds. Loescher cut. They just couldn't connect. And substitution into the game for the Saints. It was 5-2, and Covenant Christian has gone on a 12-0 run. Jarrett Harris pressuring Parker Williams out on the perimeter. Got away maybe a travel there. Isaac Crane drives, gets to the rim, and he'll draw the foul.
Nice strong move there to the hoop.
Really like Covenant's half-court offense, doing a lot of screen, re-screen action that you see at different levels. Gets the ball to one side to the other to move the defense, and now you got Crane to the free throw line where he makes the first. They blew that horn right in the middle of his shot, though. Jason Suits checks in, as does number 14, Caleb Jankowski.
Wasn't sure if Jankowski knew he had his warm-up still on
He
there.
was like Larry Bird in the three-point contest. Crane makes the second one, and it's 16-5. Stanford brings it across the timeline. Covenant Christian still in the man-to-man. Under 2 left here in quarter 1. Great defense by Isaac Crane in the post. Mark Crane comes up with it. Give and go for Parker Williams.
Great pass by Crane.
Good unselfish play there by Covenant Christian. And the pressure ramps up again. Williams from behind gets the steal. Tries to throw a bounce pass, but intercepted by T.J. Clark.
I like that he thought he was going to get that pass through there. I'm impressed by the boldness. It was not going to happen. But.
If he had a little air under it, maybe, and had a little lob pass, thought he could thread the needle.
You mentioned the height advantage that Lutheran has. I'd like to see them try to take advantage of that a little bit more on the offensive end.
T.J. Clark to the free throw line. He's an 80% free throw shooter. And, of course, I say that, and he misses. Sorry, T.J. He'll get a second shot. And substitutions come in for the Saints. 16-0 run. Let's see if T.J. can put a halt to that. It's up and good. He has 4 points. And the Warriors are on top. Here's a steal. And an over and back call. Nice call. Nice catch by the official as Isaac Crane steals the pass.
I know that official who made that call. I won't say his name on air, but yeah.
We'll give him some love. T.J. Clark has 4 of the 6 points for Lutheran. Here comes the trap. Stolen away by Isaac Crane. 1-on-1. Gets cut off. Parker Williams. Nice little mid-range jumper. Williams now with 6. And it's a 20-6 lead.
Strong anticipation by Crane to jump that pass. Lutheran's having all kind of trouble handling the ball, taking care of the basketball.
Isaac Crane gets his 6th point. It's 22-6. 30 seconds left here to go. Loescher drives, hangs in the air, can't get it to fall. McCaney gets the rebound, and he's fouled and will earn a trip to this free throw line.
Yeah, he's got to get touches.
Yeah, he's just too big of a mismatch problem. Got to find a way to get him the ball and play through him. As he misses the first free throw. 48% free throw shooter. JT Anderson checks back in.
You mentioned this Covenant team playing man-to-man defense, but they do a lot of jumping, passing lanes. They're obviously have the green light to trust their instincts. some of that might be about, their opponent. But like you said, it's not like on the stat sheet that Lutheran necessarily turns the ball over that much.
Mark Crane, under 10 seconds, makes a move. Maybe got away with the walk, stolen away. They look ahead. TJ Clark for three at the horn. Gets it to go, his second three, and that's how the first quarter ends. We'll take a break after quarter number one. Covenant Christian on top, 22-9 here on IndianaSRN, where you always have a front row seat.
Can't make it to the game? We've got your back. Just go to www.IndianaSRN.org and tune in to all of the live action, or go to our on-demand service and relive your favorite moments.
Bertner Electric Incorporated provides professional commercial electrical contractor services to Indianapolis and surrounding communities. Locally owned and operated for over 30 years, our knowledge and experience make us the perfect choice for all your commercial electrical contractor needs. Contact us today.
We encourage you to subscribe to our YouTube channel, IndianaSRN. Hit the bell to get notifications for upcoming games and more. Watch as many games as you want, as many times as you.
Welcome back to Covenant Christian High School. A great first quarter by the Warriors as they lead the Lutheran Saints 22-9. Here's a look at that last play, Chris, before the first quarter as TJ Clark hits his second three. The Morales Group, we're in business to create a better future for you and your family and for the community we share. We can match you with the right career or hire and the right candidate for your company. Call us today at 317-472-7600. Thank you, Morales Group. Chris, thoughts on the first quarter?
Well, I don't think anything we saw was that surprising necessarily. Seeing a lot of disciplined possessions from Covenant, and they're finding ways to turn over Lutheran. So we'll probably, until Lutheran shows that they can kind of beat this pressure, we'll probably keep seeing a bunch of variety in terms of defense and jumping passing lanes and that sort of thing.
And when they get a 30-second call before the turnover, allow us to tell you that Boilermaker Local 374 represents highly skilled, highly motivated workers in field construction and metal fabrication throughout the state of Indiana. When you need a safe, dependable workforce for a new build, an upgrade, or facility maintenance, you can count on Boilermakers Union Local 374 to do the job right the first time, and Passion to Care. Delivering care with more than 24 years of experience as a prestige healthcare company, Passion to Care is driven by decades of expertise and a drive to go above and beyond. Call us today at 317-537-1811. 24-9, the Saints on top as Judah Jackson makes his first basket to start the second quarter. Jackson, a 5'10 sophomore. And the pressure, as Chris mentioned, leads to a timeout. TJ Clark. And here comes the trap in the corner.
So we were talking about at the break. Clark has 7 of the 9 for Lutheran. So got to finding ways to get him involved.
3 on the way from Kumler, and he got it. Reese Kumler, his first field goal, and cuts the lead, or trims it to half, 24-12.
It's listed at 6'5" is Kumler, and nice looking jump shot.
It was nice and rhythm. Midla can't get it to go. JT Anderson comes away with it, and there's going to be a foul on the Warriors. I'm impressed with Joe Midla. He's kind of playing the post as a 6-foot post player. He's in there battling guys of 6'5", 6'8", 6'5", and holding his own. Has 6 points already.
Yeah, he's scrappy. He moves. Lots of energy.
Sometimes the small ones are the tough ones for a big guy. I know when I played, being 6'4", I didn't like the small guys guarding me. They were too fast and could get underneath me. Kumler can't get the second 3 to go, but offensive rebound leads to Clark drive. Circus shot underneath, no call. Harris will move it in transition. They'll get it in the corner, they throw it into Midla. Three up and on the way by Jankowski is good. Caleb Jankowski.
This Covenant team has several guys that can shoot from out there, and that makes things very difficult for opponents when you got to guard the three-point line for almost everyone on the
When
court.
everybody is skilled, it makes it for a really tough team to guard defensively. And that's what you have with Covenant Christian. A lot of skill. They play hard. There's Midla, good spin move. There it is, Joe Midla, 6 foot. Not afraid to take it right in. Nice spin move to create some space. As we have a whistle. I don't know if Midla's bleeding or what. They'll take a look at it. Let us tell you about Piper Logistics. For more than 2 decades, the seasoned professionals at Piper Logistics have consistently been the trusted allies for all your inventory management, warehouse fulfillment, and transportation needs. We stand as your comprehensive logistics partner. Ride with us. Call today at 317-396-1023. Saints break the pressure that time. Anderson thought about the three. Get to the high post. Nice move is Caden Loescher. His first bucket for their leading scorer. It's 29-14. And a moving screen will be called. No, it'll be a charge on Jankowski. Player control foul. Weston Laughlin checks in. Sophomore shooting guard. You'd seen his first action. Here comes the pressure. Clark brings it. Nice look. Goes up, no call. Isaac Crane comes away with it. Three on the way. Long ball three is good. Kaysen Suits.
And again, you just run different guys out there and same result.
Two big Mother May I steps, and TJ Clark finds the basket. (32-16) as TJ Clark. That's one thing when if you break a press, it gives you an opportunity to score at the basket if you can attack. And if Lutheran can find a way to break the press easy and attack, you're going to have a better chance than that defense setting up. As Harris drives the lane for his second field goal. And a steal. Here's Harris. Left hand can't get it to go. He'll get it on the wing. Drive, kick. Laughlin right from the elbow. It should be no good. Crane with the rebound. Suits from the other wing got it. Suits, there it is. His second three in a row. And it's 37-16 with 3:50 go here in quarter number 2.
I thought you were going to keep singing.
Well, that's all you got. It's only the first half. Can't give him too much, Chris. Foul down low as McCaney posting hard. Sanford checks back in, as does Harris for the Saints.
And Mark Crane for Covenant.
Mark Crane has 2 points. Comes a little flex cut. Get it to McCaney.
You called it down screen, cross screen.
Well executed.
Oof.
And they'll call a blocking foul. JT Anderson read the play perfect, saw it was coming. Just couldn't get his feet there in time, and that'll be the first team foul on the Lutheran Saints. Mark Crane. Dependable ball handler, gets to Harris. A little side pick and roll. Suits 2 threes in a row. See if he gets another one. Good ball handling there by Isaac Crane. They find Isaac. He goes back up. It's blocked at the rim by Stanford. Suits for 3. Boom!
That's 3 in this quarter.
Well, he wanted me to sing again. 3 threes for Suits. And it's 40-16. McCaney dribbles it up.
Covenant's on pace to eclipse 80. Lutheran's going to have to find a way to slow them down, but that's not going to be it.
Good hustle on the transition defense by Caden Loescher to knock it away.
Just reading his body language, you can tell how frustrated Loescher is. Again, he's been on teams that have won more often than not and been as good as the state champion team. So I'm sure it's a tough way to go out. But that's life also.
That it is. Suits says, I can post up now, showing the entire game. And gets fouled on the attack to the basket. Well, he'll go to the charity stripe.
And that was all footwork. One of my favorite parts about basketball is footwork. And he set a screen, and then he immediately pivoted into his defender. He's open in the post. He's got a drop step. He gets fouled. Textbook.
And he misses the free throw. He's just too close to the rim, Chris. 82% free throw shooter.
Any 5'10" guard that looks that good in the post, I'm a fan.
Well, he drills that second one and gives him 10 points, and it's 41-16, and the pressure is still applied. Shot is up and good. And quickly the other way goes the Warriors. 2 minutes to go here before half. Parker Williams. They keep it on the right side. Isaac Crane will hold. Much better half-court defense here by the Saints. Williams will back it out and reset. Inside to Isaac Crane. Can't do anything there. McCaney closes quickly. Here's a three on the way by Isaac Crane. It's good. That's gut-wrenching for Lutheran, right? To play such good, solid defense. And Isaac Crane, nothing but net. Meanwhile, back the other way, the Saints score again.
Nice little left-hander.
Now we're under a minute to play. Here's a drive by Williams. Doesn't get it to go. The rebound was taken by Isaac, but it's stolen away. And left-hand layup by Loescher is no good. The pace quickens again. Isaac drives down, and he'll be fouled on as he tries to give that off to Mark, and he'll be called on the floor. That's the third team foul. (44-20). Has checked into the game is Seth Fosnut. Fosnut, a 5'11 senior. Here's a little lob play. Isaac can't get it to go. Loose ball. Isaac gets it back. Over to Parker Williams. No. Still a battle. Parker Williams gets it. Three on the way. Good. Isaac Crane.
That's at least 5 3-pointers this quarter.
47-20. Nice spin move by Clark. Count it. Put him on spin cycle, TJ Clark.
Suits has 3 threes this quarter, and both Cranes have 1. Am I missing any?
That's it. Jankowski.
6 threes in the second quarter. That's tough.
And that's how you get out to a 25-point lead. Clark to the free throw line. He's 1 for 2. And he makes the free throw. 25 seconds left. 47-22. Laughlin thought about it. Gives it to Isaac Crane. And jump ball, alternating possession will go back to Lutheran with 13.8. TJ Clark bring it up the court. See if the Saints can end the second quarter like they did the first. They get a ball screen. He'll pull from 25. Banks it in. He does just that. TJ Clark with his third three. The second time in a row he's ended a quarter with a three. And that'll do it for the first half of play. We'll take a short break and come back. It's Covenant Christian on top of Lutheran, 47-26 on IndianaSRN, where you always have a front row seat.
Calling officials cheaters or corrupt. Insulting referees.
Threatening officials.
Berating young umpires, learning the ropes.
Violent language in the stands.
Screaming at a referee in the parking lot. It's not a game.
You want a piece of equipment you can trust, one that's easy to use. No matter the size of the job, you want to create a feeling worthwhile, something you can use for every job. For over 60 years, Reynolds has been a community staple, ensuring our customers powerful implements and top quality care and service. You need something that's in it for the long haul. Visit Reynolds Farm Equipment, your hometown John Deere dealer, today at reynoldsfarmequipment.com.
Welcome back to Covenant Christian High School. We're going to send it down to the PA announcer in just a moment as it's halftime here at Covenant Christian with the Warriors on top of the Indy Lutheran Saints by the score of 47-26. Dynamark looking to elevate your brand. Choose Dynamark, your local one-stop shop for all your print, signs, and promo products, apparel, and mailing services. Serving Indianapolis for over 50 years, Dynamark, where strong relationships are built through exceptional service. Call today at 317-328-2555. And the Highway Safety Services. Services, you do what you do, we'll keep you safe doing it. Contact us at 765-446-1502. Halftime again, the Warriors on top 47-26. And really, Chris, it's been a lot of balanced scoring for Covenant Christian throughout the entire first half.
Pick your poison in that second quarter in particular. A lot of it was from the three-point line and not necessarily the same guy doing it. So it takes five guys defensively working together to be able to stop that.
An excellent offensive output from Covenant Christian, as well as creating offense from their defense, as we get set to take it down to the public address announcer to honor the final of the 1A State Boys Soccer Championship team.
The Warriors finished the season with an impressive 19-1-1 record and secured their first conference championship. They also claimed the program's 11th sectional title, 4th regional title, 4th semi-state title, while the Warriors were also state runners-up in 2012, 2017, and 2018. They achieved their first state title with a dominant 4-0 victory over Greenwood Christian Academy. This marks the school's second state championship following the football team's win in 2020. Now, Athletic Director David Pfeiffer would like to present each member of the team with their state championship rings. Sponsored by Covenant's Advancement Team. Please join me in congratulating each of the following members, starting with head coach Josh Brown. Next, congratulations to assistant coach Sam Sugarly. Next up, assistant coach Ethan McNeil. And assistant coach Rafa Perez. And a special thank you to our athletic trainer, Kayla Haston. And now let's congratulate each of the following players. Freshman midfielder, number 22, Levi Mann. Freshman midfielder, number 20, Alex Perez. Sophomore midfielder, number 8, Ephraim Fry. Sophomore defender, number 12, Titus Falk. Sophomore forward, number 9, Jordan Green. Sophomore goalkeeper, number 1, Owen Hitchcock. Sophomore defender, number 4, Creighton Johnson. Sophomore defender, number 5, Elias McCrory. Sophomore midfielder, number 3, Jackson Morgan. Sophomore defender, number 6, Asher Tranbarger. Sophomore forward, number 11, Nathan Arpalan. Junior defender, number 21, Eli Reedy. Junior forward, number 23, William Jones. Junior goalkeeper, number 0, Wyatt Lampton. Junior defender, number 13, Gavin Morgan. Junior forward, number 16, Isaac Murray. Junior defender, number 18, Henry Murray. Junior forward midfielder, number 15, Jordan Nees. Junior defender, number 2, Brayden Ransberger. Junior midfielder and defender, number 19, Drew Smith. Senior midfielder, number 10, Zachary Jackson. Senior forward, number 7, Caleb McCrory. Senior defender, number 14, Josiah Sweargen. And senior midfielder, number 17, Logan Tone. Congratulations on this significant achievement. We are very proud of your efforts. Let's hear a round of applause for the Indiana soccer team. We also thank God for this blessing, and let's close our time in word of prayer. Father, thank you for this opportunity to represent you at the highest level. We dedicate these young men and their achievement to you and give you praise for the outcome. Keep us humble and remind us that while training for this event is physical and mental, it also serves to shape Christ-like qualities in our spirits. May it yield greater fortitude, endurance, faith, focus, discipline, and intentionality in the way we live our lives in your service and for your glory, O God. We commit this to you and pray in Jesus' name. Amen. Let's give these young kids one more round of applause. And please stick around and let's cheer our Warriors on to the second half of this tonight's.
Can't get to a computer? Then we've got you covered. Just go to the IndianaSRN app and stay up to date with all of your favorite teams. You can watch live coverage or relive the experience with our on-demand service.
Welcome back to Covenant Christian High School as you're looking at the 1A state champion boys soccer team that was honored here at halftime by Covenant Christian as the Warriors basketball players give them some more love and congratulations. Those young athletes were able to accept their state championship rings, and what an honor that is for them. 19-1-1 on the year, and Chris, what a program they have. 11 sectional championships, 3-time runner-up in 2012, 17 and 18, and this year had just a fantastic season, defeating Greenwood Christian in the championship game by a score of 4-0, right? Soccer term, 4-0, and Covenant Christian was able to come away with that, their first soccer state championship.
Interesting to have two teams that close to each other playing for the state championship. Both not quite Indianapolis, but real close to Indianapolis. We were talking before the game about whether or not there was any overlap between these two, the basketball team and the soccer team. I couldn't find any on the rosters that I was looking at, and we just got a good look at them kind of shaking hands and slapping fives, congratulating their classmates. But yeah, a little bit surprised that there isn't someone on the basketball team that played on that soccer team. But that's an indication that they're focused on their sports, that's for sure.
Pretty cool moment there, that exchange, and congratulations to those young athletes. Let's take a look at the scoring for this contest to this point. Covenant Christian led after the first quarter 22-9 and won the second quarter 25-17 to give us our halftime score of 47-26 in favor of the Warriors. Let's look at Indy Lutheran, our visitors on the scoreboard. They're led in scoring by T.J. Clark. Clark has 3 threes and 2 for 3 from the free throw line. He has 15 points to lead the way. Reese Kumler has 3 points on a 3-point field goal. 2 points for J.T. Anderson. 2 points for Caden Loescher. And Rayshawn McHaney did not score. He was 0 for 2 from the free throw line. And number 5, Judd Selke, comes off the bench and makes a couple of baskets. Selke with 4 points. And for Covenant Christian, scoring looks like this. They were led in the first half as a really balanced attack, Chris, by Isaac Crane. Crane with 12 points, including 2 threes and 2 for 2 from the free throw line. 10 points for Kason Suits, who had 3 threes in that second quarter. Also Parker Williams with 6 points. Bryce Harris with 4 points. 8 points for Joe Midla. Judah Jackson came off the bench to have 2 points. Caleb Jankowski hit a 3 in the second quarter off the bench. And Mark Crane has 2 points. So 8 Warriors in the scoring column, and really an explosive second quarter, as you mentioned earlier, from behind the 3-point line. Kason Suits with 3 of those threes. Jankowski hits 1. Crane hits 2. It's a lot of firepower in a short amount of time.
And it could have been a lot worse if T.J. Clark doesn't have such a strong half on the other side, and including hitting 3-pointers right before the end of the first quarter and the second quarter, or else that score would look a little bit worse.
We'll see what halftime adjustments these coaching staffs make and get Chris's keys to the second half. We'll take a short break and come back and get you ready for third quarter action here on IndianaSRN, where you always have a front row seat.
Hey, thanks for joining us tonight. We consider it a privilege to have you as one of our listeners and viewers. If you'd like to see more content just like tonight, just hit the donate button. Every dollar that you donate will go right back into more games right here on IndianaSRN, which means more games for you. It's IndianaSRN, where you always have a front row seat.
Looking to elevate your brand? Choose Dynamark, your local one-stop shop for all your print, signs, promo products, apparel, and mailing services. Serving Indianapolis for over 50 years. Dynamark, where strong relationships are built through exceptional service.
Andrew Smith Court, the site of tonight's game between Covenant Christian and Indy Lutheran Saints, two Indiana Crossroad Conference rivals. Clark Chafin along with my partner Chris Schumerth and Jack Wright on the camera doing an awesome job for us tonight. And we couldn't have this going without our producer extraordinaire, Ben Wood. Chris, we look at the first half and we see a 21-point lead for Covenant Christian. What are some changes for both squads that could have happened at halftime, or what were the coaches trying to do differently?
For Lutheran, it's got to start on the defensive end. I mean, they gave up 47 points in the first half. A lot of that was at the 3-point line. So they've got to get out and defend, and they've got to do it as a team. This Covenant team, like we talked about, is a very disciplined unit. So they're going to have to guard one-on-one well, but they're also going to have to help their teammates when they need it. For Covenant Christian, it's kind of one of those weird balances where, you want to keep doing a lot of what you've been doing, without humiliating your opponent, but also you want to not let them creep back into the game either. So, I think they're a good team to kind of try to handle that balance because they are a veteran group and they are a disciplined team. So I suspect, just lots more ball movement and stops on the defensive end.
Starters for Covenant Christian out on the court. That's Williams, Harris, Midla, Crane and Crane, Isaac and Mark respectfully. And for the Saints, Anderson, Loescher, Clark, Kumler, and McCaney. And right away there's a steal. And Stanford with the steal. Also Judd Selke gets a second half start for the Saints, number 5. Anderson cut off nicely by Crane. Driving kick. Stanford will pull up from 12, back iron. Rebound by Clark and give him another one. He now has 17. Some pressure by Williams. He tries to throw a pass. 2 turnovers right out of the gate for Covenant Christian.
And this is exactly what you would want if you were Lutheran in terms of how to start the second half.
Clark with a pull-up. Can't get it to go.
But a good look there. And the guy you want taking it.
Harris in the corner for 3. No. Battle for the rebound. Isaac Crane comes away with it, and he will draw the foul. Good hustle by Crane to go after that basketball.
Sometimes it's hard to tell whether we're looking at Midla or Crane inside because they both have very similar way of playing inside. Neither of them are that big, but lots of Indiana post players. They're 6'1". Exactly the kind of guy you were talking about in the first half that sometimes maybe you don't want to play.
Oh. That was fouls on JT Anderson. That's his 3rd. And Anderson did not establish himself off the carom. And it'll be out of bounds and belong to the Warriors.
I thought Lutheran got a little bit away with the bump on Parker Williams on that layup anyway.
Parker Williams takes it in. He now has 8. And the lead back up to 21. Loescher, here comes the trap. Nice skip pass. Selke drives and finishes with the left hand.
And that's what they weren't doing in the first half. So if you're going to get that trap, sometimes you got to look cross court. You got to find someone who isn't the immediate pass next to you. They kept throwing it right back where it came from, and then it kept getting picked off in the first half.
Harris fouled on the jump shot. I kind of thought that was a Covenant Christian player that ran into him. But they'll give the foul to Anderson, and that's his 4th, as Bryce Harris will go to the charity stripe. His first attempts of the night.
I'd have to look at it again, but one of the things that I learned from reffing over the years is that players will try to get any advantage they can, and one of the subtle things that defensive players will do sometimes is nudge an offensive player into their own player. So that might have happened. I'm not saying it did. I'd need to see a replay, but.
Well, those are just crafty veterans that do that. Harris makes the second free throw. As they break the press, Selke with the ball. TJ Clark with a lot of open space. Good jump stop, pump fake, and score. TJ Clark having a night. More than half of the Lutheran Saints points has come from TJ Clark, as he will also pick up the foul. Out of bounds underneath. Mark Crane backs it out. He'll reset the offense. Man-to-man here for the Saints. Midler will get it in the short, mid-range there. Loose ball. Picked up by Stanford. Selke thought about the three. Good close out there by Harris. TJ Clark with the spin again and draws the foul. Love his aggressive nature here in this second half.
Yeah, and maybe that's the other thing I should have said about how they should approach this second half is let's get him as many opportunities as we can based on the way he played in the first half. And he might be the best athlete on the floor.
Well, he's definitely has a spin move that he's used several times here to create some space and find an open shot. He can hit threes and he can get to the rim, but he missed 2 free throws there. No one picks up Parker, but a nice steal by Loescher. Put it ahead. Clark, there's the spin move again. Underhand scoop shot, nice.
I liked that pitch ahead by Loescher too. Did it with one hand, which is controversial with some coaches, but I thought it was well timed.
He goes head to head against Midland, forces a miss.
One of the interesting things I saw about that first half is there were some Lutheran players. You couldn't tell because we didn't have the whole screen. Some Lutheran players out there watching that halftime presentation. So I wasn't quite sure how much they talked at halftime, but it does seem like from the beginning of this half that they had somewhat of a plan coming in.
They seem to play not so much worried about making mistakes. I think playing a little freer.
Yes.
As this third quarter has started. And they've cut into the lead here a little bit. Halfway through the third quarter. The 21-point halftime lead is down to 17. And Clark, back iron no. Loescher gets the rebound. One-on-one in the post. Gets it back. Kick out. Selke for three. No good. TJ Clark with the offensive rebound. He has 8 in the third quarter. Keep gaining confidence. You get a little momentum. Suddenly the ball goes through the hoop. It's easier to play defense.
And every time he has man-to-man, I mean, he should be looking to penetrate, really.
Patience here on offense. Harris will drive baseline. Kick out three for Isaac Crane. No good. Gets the long rebound. And a backbreaker there for Lutheran.
Again, a good pass by Loescher.
Oh. Patty cake up there with Mahaney.
Saw how strong he was there, though.
And then a turnover at half court. Going back to that last possession, though, boy, just a tough break for Lutheran. You get a missed three as you're on a little bit of a run. And they get the offensive rebound. Does Isaac Crane, and he goes back up with it.
Yeah, that's the tough part about getting yourself in that big of a hole. You have so little margin that, you know, you get 3 or 4 stops in a row and then suddenly you get scored on and it feels like a loss.
Loescher goes up, but he gets blocked. He kicks it out.
Just enough on that pass and good finish.
Selke with another basket, and he's fouled. He has 8 points. He's made 2 left-handed layups. And to the free throw line. Misses that one. Isaac with the ball up top.
If you're Covenant, I think they're probably playing a little bit too passive right now, which was not what they did in the first half.
Here's a steal.
But again, it starts defensively for Lutheran.
2 minutes to go. Clark with the spin. penetrates, gets the roll. He now has 25 in timeout. Covenant Christian, 30 seconds, officially human. Our mission is to restore respect to game officials and recognize them as authorities on fields and courts. Do your part to practice good sportsmanship. If we don't have officials, we can't play. And the Indiana SRN sports page, wall-to-wall sports news every day. High school, college, pro sports, we have it all. Check it out on IndianaSRN.org and click on the sports page tab. Stay informed with the Indiana SRN sports page. 1:53 to go here in quarter number 3. And Chris, what was a 21-point lead down to 13.
And Scott Platt doesn't look real thrilled about that. He's letting his team have it a little bit.
Kind of come out and relaxed and only have 6 points to show for it here in this quarter. As they throw it away, Suits is in there. Isaac Crane at the elbow. Working around, 3 on the way. Got it. 3-point basket by Jankowski. And the other way, Selke tried to switch hands, was in a tough spot. Didn't have a very good angle. And misses the layup. As Isaac Crane, or Mark Crane rather, brings it across the timeline. Mark guarded closely by Kumler. Can't get it to the high post. The intensity is picked up for the Saints on the defensive end. And there'll be a foul away from the ball. And that's on Kumler. That's his first. And that puts the Warriors into the bonus, as that's the 15th foul with under a minute to go. Mark Crane misses. Get an early trigger by the horn, it seemed like. The light was going on as he shot. He misses that free throw.
Kumler pleads his case before he leaves the court to the official, but I don't think the official was very convinced by the argument.
He misses the second. And here comes the Saints, 50 seconds left. The 3 would go a long way here for Lutheran. TJ Clark says, I got you. 3 ball from the top. He's got 13 in the quarter, and it's down to 13. Defensive pressure ramped up again. Suits will back it out. We'll look for the last shot, 15 seconds to go. Here comes the high post feed. 3 on the way from Suits from way downtown. Can't get it to go. Rebound and the foul. Mark Crane, or Isaac Crane rather, comes in with the basket.
Selke probably got away with one there on the 3-point shooter.
Free throw no good. Heave from three-quarter court goes off the backboard, and that'll do it for quarter 3. But some good big-time fight for the Saints as they trim the lead. It's 58-43 in favor of Covenant on IndianaSRN.
Thinking about what to do after high school? Consider a career with Boilermakers Local 374. As a Boilermaker apprentice, you'll earn while you learn. We offer excellent wages and benefits, and as part of our no-cost hands-on apprenticeship program, you'll learn from the best in state-of-the-art training centers and on the job. Become a union Boilermaker and get on your way to a great career. Find out more, visit www.local374.org or call 219-845-1000.
We encourage you to follow us on Twitter at IndianaSRN. Find upcoming games, video highlights, and much more. Follow us now at IndianaSRN.
Make a difference. Help us put more student athletes on TV by logging on to IndianaSRN.org, add directing your donation to a specific school, or hit the donate button. More games means more opportunity for our kids. IndianaSRN, where you always have a front row seat. Chris, big third quarter for the Saints as they close a 21-point deficit down to 15, but had it even closer there at parts of the third quarter. And one time it was down to 13 points.
Well, they played much better defensively that quarter, but it also helps that T.J. Clark seems to be able to throw the ball up from about anywhere, and it seems to be going in. So I would keep going with that strategy.
He now has 28 on the game, 13-point third quarter after scoring 15 in the first half. I'd make sure I find him. It was a good call there by the official, a blocking foul on Judah Jackson. The out of bounds underneath to the Saints. Just starting quarter number 4. And another. Tried to get it in, but Clark wasn't quick enough, I think. Didn't really expect the pass to come back to him and didn't establish himself. That's the second time we've seen that tonight.
Yeah, he threw it in and he just sort of stood there. He had no clue it was coming back until it was too late.
Here's Midland, the high post. Nice pass!
Good pass by Midland.
Judah Jackson, his second field goal, and then here's the steal by Suits. Midla. Jackson will back it out, and here comes the pass. Missed an open cutter. Jackson for 3, back iron, no. Loescher with the rebound. Here's Harris on the drive. A strong move by the freshman, and he's fouled. Jarrett Harris, 6'5", 215 freshman. Just 5 points a game. Has not scored tonight. His first free throw is good. 71% shooter from the stripe. The second one is also good for Harris. 60-44. Harris with the ball. And T.J. Clark gets a hand on it, and that leads to a turnover. Good pressure there by the Saints. It'll be Lutheran ball, down 15. Covenant sets up in their press. Loescher breaks it, loses control, gathers and scores. Caden Loescher, his second field goal.
Coast to coast.
It's down to 13 again. 3 on the way from Bryce Harris, no. And a foul on the rebound for Jankowski. That's something Coach Flatt's going to be happy about, that, fouling that far away from the rim, and that's the third team foul.
And there's plenty of time left in this fourth quarter. I mean, if they get it to single digits, things will get real interesting.
At one time, it was 44-16. in favor of Covenant Christian, and the Saints have battled back. Stanford with the ball inside. Loescher will take the contact, no call. Midlow gets the rebound. And a foul at the other end as the drive by Suits sends him to the free throw line.
For a team that's 3-12, I really like the fight of this Lutheran team in the second half.
Midlow's free throw, or Suits' free throw rather, is good. He now has 11. And make that 12. He's 3 for 4 from the line. Caney drives, kicks, 3 on the way for Stanford. Front rim, no. And great block out by Bryce Harris.
Beat me to it, yeah. He didn't even try to get the ball, and that's how well he blocked out. He knew he didn't need to. Just let it go out of bounds.
A successful block out if that ball hits the floor off the rim. You know, everybody's doing their job. As the Saints look to apply some full court pressure. Judah Jackson gets stolen away. TJ Clark goes up. Nice unselfish play by Clark as he finds Jackson Stanford for his first 2. And it's back down to 13. Can they get over that hump? Insert your Indiana joke right now. As the ball goes off of Jankowski. And in comes Williams, Crane and Crane. I think if you're Lutheran, if you can get inside, inside double digits with under 4 left, you got to feel pretty good considering you were down 28 at one time. Loescher picks up his dribble. And a timeout by the Saints, 30-second timeout. We'll keep it here. Family Source Insurance. Pat Cherry is your independent agent representing Ohio Mutual Insurance. Call him today for coverage tomorrow at 317-894-7000. And Aspen Creek Grill. Why go anywhere else for delicious food? If you're looking for amazingly fresh food and servers that genuinely care about service, you've got to try Aspen Creek Grill. Call them today at 866-885-3249. Aspen Creek Grill. A new one opened in my neck of the woods on the south side of town, right off of County Line Road and Interstate 65. 5:14 to go. Chris, what's Lutheran done to kind of change this momentum a little bit?
Well, consecutive stops always helps if you're trying to make a comeback, and so they've gotten some of that. Covenant's been oddly stagnant offensively in this half, but also, they're driving the basketball with an authority, and it's mostly Clark who's starting that. But as we just saw on that last play, it's not only Clark, and they've got to continue playing with that kind of urgency.
And plus, with 3 team fouls on Covenant Christian, you can attack the basket. If you can get in that bonus situation where the clock stops, there's a drive picked up by Rayshawn McCaney. His first field goal, and it's down to 11. To the rim, Joe Midla. He's been steady all night. That puts him in double figures with 10. McCaney up top. Directs traffic. Nice catch there by Stanford. Clark drives down the lane. Nice play call by the Saints. TJ Clark with 30. Mark Crane to Midla, back out to Mark. He'll reset.
And for psychological reasons, this is a really important possession for both teams. I mean, the The Warriors don't want this lead to get down to single digits. And if you're Lutheran, I mean, that's a huge boost if they can get it down to single digits.
Midla goes up and draws the foul.
He got clocked pretty good.
Good catch and quick move to the basket for Midla. Go to the free throw line, 64-53. Midla has 10 points on the night. Make it 11. His first free throw, 71% free throw shooter. And the senior makes free throw number 2. Losher to Clark, drives. And they're going to call a foul on Covenant Christian. And every foul the rest of the way, Chris, the Saints will be shooting free throws. Losher loses control, gets it back. Clark will drive to the middle, stop, pull up from 12, back iron, no. Battle for it, and it'll go off of Mark Crane, out of bounds. As Jarrett Harris is checked in for the Saints. McCaney tips it over to Clark. Drives, puts on the break, spin move, scoop shot is good.
You're right, that spin move is just such a go-to for him.
And Harris tries to get the steal.
Then at this point, 3 or 4 possessions in a row where they've got it at 11. Can they get the stop and a score? So if they can see that scoreboard read 9.
JT Anderson checks in for Lutheran. He has 4 fouls. Maybe some offense for defense. Could be the philosophy for Coach Woods as Isaac Crane gets it. Midla can't get it to go, gets his own rebound. Mark drives, floater, back iron, no. Midla with another offensive rebound. He can't get it to go. Taken out of there by Jarrett Harris, a little out of control. And Mark Crane gets it to Parker Williams. They slow it down a little bit, get their feet under them, a little helter-skelter. Good job by Coach Flatt, having reset the offense. 66-55. What an opportunity lost there by the Saints. Now it just seems like a little bit of keep away here for the Warriors. Suits thought about it. Here comes a trap, skip pass. Down low to Parker. Can't get it to go. Midla again. It seems like they've had about 10 chances.
They have.
Goes up and a draw the foul.
Good call.
Jarrett Harris. And with 2 free throws, we could be back into single digits. Tell you, Losher, he's got a nice little football touchdown pass. He's hit some guys full court length, right in stride. Harris is no good on his first attempt. It's his first miss from the line. Selke's going to check in as Bryce Harris checks in for Covenant. We'll see a lot of that offense for defense substitutions probably here this last 2:14. Harris makes the second one. It's down to 10. Chris, would you ever imagine when it was 44-16 that it would be a 10-point game?
No, at halftime we were talking about what the running clock starts at. And obviously Lutheran has shown us that we were premature in that discussion. I don't think we're going to see a running clock in this game.
They keep playing hard, getting some deflections. TJ Clark with 32 points.
And once again, that crucial possession. Can you get a stop and a score?
Here's a foul by Selke. That's the third team foul. Selke's second. So if you think about fouling and extending the game, at what point, Chris, do you think that philosophy comes into play in terms of how much time's left here in the quarter?
Yeah, I think you want to go for a steal at this stage, and even if you have to do something creative like trap, I don't think you want to foul yet.
Parker Williams gets the easy lay-in. He's in double figures with 10.
There's that baseball pass. Doesn't quite work that time.
Went to the well. That's a tough pass. Not very high percentage. Suits able to intercept it.
It is Hail Mary time, isn't it?
It feels like it. Fourth foul on Lutheran, so Covenant will be shooting free throws now as well, as here comes the trap. Suits. It looks like they get the steal. TJ Clark that time spun, but right into the Mark Crane. Up to Williams. Leaves it short. Suits. Can't get it to go on the rebound, but he's fouled.
Covenant's got all the tricks scouted by now. First they pick off that baseball pass, and then they get in and tap that spin move away.
Wheeler Mission, for over 131 years, Wheeler Mission's been a pillar of the Indianapolis community, providing help, hope, and healing to people in need. Can you volunteer today? Call them at 317-686-6239. As free throw is good by Suits. He has 13. And 4 for 5 from the free throw line. Mark Crane goes out. He makes the second as well. 70-56. Clark drives, can't get it to go. Isaac Crane with the rebound. He'll try one of those long passes. Parker Williams with the right idea. Maybe understanding time and clock and score, time and score. Maybe should have held on to that one. It'll be Lutheran ball, 1:27 to go. Lutheran with just 2 timeouts. Possession arrow favors Covenant Christian. Selke drives. And if you're Covenant, you don't want to foul. You don't want to stop that clock and give Lutheran an opportunity to score points while it doesn't run. Here's a 3 on the way. Back iron, no, by Kumler. McCaney from downtown.
He's been waiting all season for that one.
Covenant with the rebound, and now they'll just play keep away with under a minute to go. Fosta's checked in. Oh, and there's a foul. Nothing intentional there.
Fans didn't like it.
Well, I'm sure Seth Fosna wasn't a big fan. That's what it's like, Seth, to be a running back. Good sportsmanship, though, by McCaney. He didn't just going after the ball.
Picks him up off the floor.
Picked him up rather easily at that. Fosna misses the free throw, 5'11" senior. See if he can make this and get on the board.
And good job by Coach Woods, too, to kind of signal his goodwill, get him off the court.
Substitutions, Jankowski checks in, so does Judah Jackson. Losher brings it up, and he will get fouled. He'll earn a trip to the free throw line. 6'3" senior. 50% free throw shooter. Misses that one. TJ Clark will go out, and a great night he had. 32 points for the junior. Loescher mixes the second one. Rebound. And Jackson will put it in. Judah Jackson now with 6 and under 30 seconds to go. Trent Hall in the game. Stanford for 3. Off the backboard. Boston with the rebound. Here comes the trap, still by Stanford. And a foul by Jankowski.
And if you're Covenant coach, I'll speak for myself. I'm the Covenant coach. I'm not thrilled with that foul.
No, because he can lay it in, and that clock will get running. You wouldn't even have to take the ball out of bounds.
Give a little bit of pressure. He makes that layup. Not much happens.
Stanford misses the free throw. 71% shooter is he from the charity stripe.
We're at the, under 10 seconds left in the game. We don't need
to
foul
Harold.
The guy who's trying to make a layup.
Right. Stanford will shoot the second one. It's no good. Rebound, and that'll do it. As its clock runs down, 3, 2, and 1. And it's a Covenant Christian 73-56 victory. A game in which the Saints had an early 5-4 lead, but a 16-0 run by Covenant Christian gave them momentum. They go on to lead by 44-16 in the second quarter. But the second half, the Saints made it a game, cutting it all the way back down to 10 at 66-56 before the Warriors were able to put it away 73-56. Thoughts, Chris, before we go to a break?
Well, I liked how Lutheran fought in the second half, and particularly in that third quarter. TJ Clark's impressive. Ultimately, the game was about what we thought it would be in terms of, Covenant's discipline just being kind of having the night.
Well, we'll take a short break. We'll come back with the Morales post-game show on IndianaSRN.
From warehousing to transportation and everything in between, Piper Logistics does it all. Centrally located, Piper Logistics has 2 warehouses in Indianapolis and a warehouse in Cincinnati, Ohio. Piper Logistics houses over 1 million square feet. Along with our transportation department, we can provide service to half the United States markets.
Get a gator that will get you where you need to go. Something you can get in and go with plenty of space. Be ready to tackle any terrain, large or small. When you choose Reynolds, you choose reliability. The guaranteed great customer experience and relationship from the moment you walk in. Come in and see for yourself or visit ReynoldsFarmEquipment.com.
At Morales Group Staffing, we are all about building better futures. And during these times, we are working hard to put people to work. We are now hiring for hundreds of jobs with pay up to $17 an hour. Visit our website at moralesgroup.net or text JOBS, JOBS, to 317-472-7600 to apply now and get hired today.
We encourage you to subscribe to our YouTube channel, IndianaSRN. Hit the bell to get notifications for upcoming games and more. Watch as many games as you want, as many times as you want.
Welcome to the Morales Group post-game show. Morales Group, tonight's post-game show is brought to you by the Morales Group, where we're building better futures one story at a time. Whether you're looking to start a new career or grow your team with exceptional talent, the Morales Group is here to help you succeed. Looking at some individual scoring, first for Lutheran, Judd Selke with 8 points, J.T. Anderson with 2, Jackson Stanford with 2, Caden Loescher with 4 points, T.J. Clark, the big story for the Saints tonight, Clark with 32 points, Reese Kumler with 3, Rayshawn McCaney with 2, and Jarrett Harris went 3 for 4 from the free throw line with 3 points. For Covenant Christian, Parker Williams in double figures with 10 points, 6 for Bryce Harris, 12 for Joe Midla, 1 for Seth Fosnot. Judah Jackson with 6, Kason Suits off the bench with 14, Caleb Jankowski with 6, and Mark and Isaac Crane had a great night tonight, combining for 17 points. And that'll take us to our player of the game. Tonight's player of the game is presented by Piper Logistics. From warehousing to transportation, Piper Logistics delivers solutions that keep you on the move with efficiency and reliability. Piper Logistics gets the job done. Congratulations to...
We went with Joe Midla tonight. So he had 12 points, but also we just like the way he played. He scraps, he rebounds, he screens. So congratulations to Joe Midla.
Congratulations, Joe Midla, our Piper Logistics player of the game. And then we look forward to some upcoming games here on IndianaSRN Friday the 14th. We have boys basketball Union High at Providence Cristo Rey. That pregame will start at 7:20. Also on Friday, we have the girls' state swimming and diving all-day coverage. That'll be both Friday and Saturday, so you'll want to tune into that. And then also this Saturday on February the 15th, it's HCAC basketball action, both men's and women's, from Rolls-Holman as they take on Bluffton. That'll start at 1 o'clock and 3 o'clock. Chris, any final thoughts?
No, you covered everything. It was good to work with you.
A pleasure. Well, hey, this couldn't have happened without our fantastic producer, Ben Wood. We'd like to thank Woody for all he does, the cameraman, Jack Wright, and for my partner, Chris Schumer. This is Clark Chafin. Thanks again, everyone. We'll see you next time. So long, everybody.